Hello everybody, it's Alex. I'll be showing you a tutorial on how to make a poison loop. I know in the Discord I promised another tutorial, but the poison loop is kind of necessary for a lot of them, so I'm just going to get that out of the way, explain what a poison loop is and how it works. Now you may notice in some top housings you have the poison effect, but you don't take any damage. Now my hearts are not green just because I'm using a texture pack, but so in today's video I'm going to be showing you kind of how that works, what it's used for, and stuff like that. Okay, so in housing currently, there's no way to test or run code like every second or every millisecond or something like that. So the way around this is with a poison loop. And what that means is players, when they join the world, are given the poison effect. Every time they are going to take a tick of damage, we cancel that so they don't take any damage, and we run code. This allows for code to be ran for each person, like every second, allowing for the health system in Dungeon Simulator or pets to give gold in Pet Simulator. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you how to set that up, and then we'll go into some ways you can use it. So what we're going to want to do is go to the housing menu, go to House Settings, Event Actions, Player Join. We're going to create a new action, Apply Potion Effect. We want the effect to be the Poison Effect. We want the duration to set to 2 million, meaning they will have it for the entire time they're in the house. We're going to set the level to 10, and turn on override existing effects. Okay, so if you have a house that includes PvP or respawning, I'd recommend also doing this for player respawn, which we will do right now, just very quickly. That way, if the player dies, they won't lose the effect. Alright, so I went ahead and added it there. So now what we're going to want to do is go to our player damage event, add a new action, a conditional. Inside the condition, we're going to add a new action. If the damage cause is from poison, they're going to go to the if actions, add a new action, cancel the event. So this is what causes the event to be canceled and us to not take damage. Alright, so now what we're going to want to do is go to PvP and damage settings inside of the house settings, and make sure that poison and wither damage is set to on. Alright, so to test if this works, we're going to go to the hub, or just restart, or just rejoin the house. And there we go, we have our poison effect, and now if we go in survival, we shouldn't take any damage. Alright, so we have our main poison loop set up. I'll be showing you some examples on how we can use it and how it works. Alright, so I set up some examples that I can show you, and then we're going to go into the code, and I'll tell you how it works. So here we have a region. Regions are just created using the region thing, and basically, our poison loop says that if we go inside of here, we will constantly take damage. And to show that better, I also made it so when you enter this region, your your health is increased. So we go in, you can see our health is increased, and every time the poison tick happens, we take damage. Alright, so the second part, you can have it also edit stats. Here is a very small little playtime showcase. Basically every second this will go up. The way holograms work on housing is it updates every 2 seconds, so that's why the numbers might not go up very nicely. But as you can see, we have a working hologram that says the amount of playtime we have in seconds. Last but not least, but there is, of course, more ways you can utilize poison loops. We have a sort of GUI thing. Oops, I forgot. You're going to want to set this to replicate. But here okay. Thanks, Hypixel. It didn't... What, really? Okay, sorry about that. So we have a GUI here. Of course, this is with a chest and not an actual menu, but you can kind of see how it works here. Basically, when we open the chest, we can see the contents inside of it. But if we try to take anything, it disappears. We can take in everything in here, but it takes it away, so we can't get it. And you can also utilize this with conditions. So if we take this, it'll remove it, but also say, hey there, Alex Warrior. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you now how the regions work. So in our house settings, event actions, player damage, after the cancel event, we have a function that will trigger our function in region. So if we go to our in region function, you can see we have a conditional. If the player is within the region test region, which is what I called it, then they will take damage. So yeah, super way to test if the player is always in a region. So now for playtime, this gets a bit more complex, but same thing, same idea. We have it trigger our function, which we can find here, playtime. Now this one's a bit complex, but it's relatively simple. Basically, we're going to increase a stat that we call ticks by 1, and if the amount of ticks is equal to or greater than 5, then we will set our ticks to 0 and increase our seconds. This is because the poison tick at level 10 poison effect shoots at every 0.5 seconds. So 0.5 times 5 equals 1, which is 1 second. And the hologram just displays the placeholder. Alright, so for the chest, again, very simple. Our player damage goes into our GUI function, which we made. And inside of our GUI function, we simply remove the stained glass pane. But if the player has the hi there paper, then we'll remove it and then send the message. So that's about it for poison loops. I hope you got the general idea for it. This will help for future tutorials, so I'm going to link you back here in case a future tutorial requires a poison loop. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Join the Discord, link in the description if you have any suggestions for more tutorials. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching.